everybody, my name's Kiahonfire and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video is basically going to be a clip from the stream I did today about the funcom 3.0 update stream that they did. It's going to be my response to all the 2 hours of information that we got there, a little recap and some Q&A at the end of my thoughts, some people's questions about the stream. That's what it's going to be anyway, so I hope you enjoy, and let's get straight into it.
No, we will never stop. Mike's still on. Love you, bye.
Hey, they turned off the audio this time round. Woo! Oh, wow. Okay, that's a lot to unpack. That is 2 hours, 11 minutes of package right there. That's a lot. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness me. So some things I didn't know, some things I did know in that. Some things took me a little bit by surprise. I'm not gonna lie. And then some things I'm really looking forward to. The whole thing with sorcery, I see that as a massive positive. That is going to be amazing. With all games, they're going to have their bugs and they're going to need to iron them out. That's just how it is. And I imagine it will be no different with 3.0. They're going to have that. And there's going to be a lot of fixing to do. So, sorcery, love it. The things they've done with the tributes, amazing. Love that. If they do decide to up the level cap, then I imagine it will be quite temperamental with, you know, what they've already had in place here. They would have to change the system again, so I don't see them going up past level 60 anytime soon, because they would have to literally change that whole system again, or make this decision now if they wanted to change it and then revamp it. So I see it staying at 60, that's for sure. But no, sorcery, love it. Attributes, love it. Some of the fixes they're doing, good. I like it, especially with the two-hand axe, having more usability in that. When it comes to monetization, I know, you need money, you got to pay for things. If they're speaking about a Conan 2 in the works and they're doing June Survival, it makes a lot of sense why they're trying to make money out of Conan Exiles right now. It makes a ton of sense, because they're going to need a lot of money to pay these people. However, I'm a little vexed or on the fence about how they're going to go about this, and I would like to see how this plays through on future versions of the Battle Pass. So we're going to get like 3 of these a year, roughly, 3 or 4 updates to the Battle Pass a year, and the shop, I imagine. And apparently once these terms are over, you never get these items again unless they change this. So it's a little... I don't know how I feel about that. There's still a little FOMO in there, which is fear of missing out. It does worry me. The whole timer thing in the shop, I think that's really dumb. I'm just going to say it now. If you want to buy an item at any time, you should be able to do that. I don't understand why you need a timer there. The timer just creates FOMO for me. And I know Sea of Thieves do a similar thing, but they do have it up in the shop all the time for some of their items. I'm not exactly sure the entire difference of it. But I really don't like the idea of things in the store having timers. It feels like a little extra, you know? Like, if someone wants to go buy all the items in one go, they should be able to do that if they want to. Like, not have to wait like a month for it to come back on the shop. I think it's like a bit of them stabbing themselves in the foot, but they're trying to do a strategy at the same time. But at the same time, the strategy I don't feel works for Conan. Like, it might work for other games, but I don't know about this one. That doesn't... A lot of it, I'm going to have to see it play out and how they're going to do it, because this is to be tested. This could entirely change how it is right now to something different. By the time it comes out, they could change the timers completely. I think what they're seeing right now is kind of how people respond to this information. And they'll probably tier that into the update coming along the way, because they do that. they do that now and again. They do listen to the community. I know it seems like they don't all the time, but they are quite good at listening, especially when it's quite loud. But no, I'm really not a fan of the timers. I think that's a load of bollocks. I feel like it's very pushy having timers. I don't like it. Apart from that, I do like the look of the new stuff in the shop. I don't mind them monetizing things to get extra money for DLC and stuff like that. I just think it's a very strange way to go about it. I'm very curious what they mean about the discounts, because I know a lot of the time with discounts, some people will discount a product and it's not actually discounted. So I'm going to be very interested on that, how they're going to do that, because of course we don't know yet. As for Battle Pass prices, I would imagine it would probably fall around the same as most Battle Pass prices would do, and that can be anything from 10 quid to 7 quid to 5 quid, which is in pounds. So if you want to translate that, it's probably going to be like $15, $10, something around there. I expect that's how much it would cost. That's not saying 100% certain that's what it would cost, but a lot of battle passes will cost around about that amount. And that's fair enough. That's fair enough. With the free thing, I'm a bit taken aback, because they said they have 60 items in the battle pass, but you can only earn up to 12 free. Now, my first assumption was, when they said you could get it for free in the battle pass, I assumed just straight off the bat, oh, you can earn everything with enough grind, right? But no, you can, from what it sounds like, from what I'm understanding, is you can get those 12 items and that's it, unless you pay money. And then I look in there and there's like a lot of armor and stuff and building pieces, a lot of things people would really want. So yeah, I don't mind paying for the battle pass. I'm a little weirded out by the free version. I feel like you almost need to go one side or the other. Like you need to be full on board with paid, or you need to be full on board with you can earn it, if you know what I mean. It's a little, yeah, it's a bit strange. The way they've done it. We'll go back to the pretty JPEG. There we go. Very nice. So yeah, I'm really unsure about how they're going to do it. I'm hoping that a lot of the feedback on this will help mold how they're going to work the shop. But yeah, the free battle pass stuff, how they've done it is very weird to me. Like, very weird. I feel like almost throughout doing that, it's going to make you want to buy the battle pass, which I'm guessing is the incentive to do it anyway. And that's the strategy there. Which is fair enough, just a very weird way to do it. For me, like, you need to be very clear and concise on what way you're going to do it. Like, are you going to let people earn it for free all the time and make it grindy, like some other games do? Or is it only like a few optional things? And then again, I find it weird. I know it's marketing. That you get, like, what was there? There was like 5 battle pass items on a page of what you could earn per level, and you could only get 2 of those. So you're going to have these massive gaps where you're grinding and then not be able to get this thing. And then my other question is, if you do level your battle pass up all the way, but you've done it from a free perspective, if you then pay, will you get all of the other items in the battle pass? Or do you have to grind out that battle pass again? That's another thing they didn't really clarify. I think they did really well tackling quite a lot of questions though and clarifying. There was a bit of fluff there, I noticed there. A little bit of back-end comments from the team, I noticed that. I think they're gonna have to be very careful how they price the Crom coins. But if they nail it, if they make this very transparent, and if they hit the nail on the head, this could work beautifully for people and for the company. But if they make it fishy and shady, it's not going to go down well. So they really need to, there's going to be a lot of pressure now. Because when you bring in money and people and expect more money out of people, it's always going to be viewed as a negative thing for the most part. People don't want to give away their money that much, you know? So, and of course, rightly so. Like, even in the UK right now, the price of housing and everything is inflating through the roof. So, they're going to be extra like, oh, I don't want to give my money away. Unless they have a really good job, then sure. But yeah, I'm hoping now that they're really going to listen to feedback. Because I think if they do, they hit the nail on the head with this one, it could be absolutely amazing for Conan. It will be an absolutely big positive. But all I can do is hope. As for release date, Q3, which is apparently July through to September, so we could expect this update anywhere through those months, I'm imagining. Or maybe another stream with a date, so I imagine they might have another trailer. I would quite like another stream, or maybe another Q&A, a video of some type or something like that, that perhaps would answer a few more questions or something like that. I think that would be quite good. I'm glad they didn't put sorcery into the battle pass and make that a thing you have to pay for. I'm glad that is free, because I think people will love sorcery. Sorcery looks absolutely amazing. We've been waiting for sorcery for ages, and it looks like they absolutely banged that one. Like, big GGs. Leak date October 1st, 2022? Could be. That would be awesome if that is the date. But yeah, it does look to me like it definitely needs some more time in the oven. 100%. But yeah, they gotta be very careful with how they go about this battle pass in the shop. That is for sure. It could make a lot of people very angry. I only have to look at my comments to know that there's a lot of people that are worried about this system coming into play. I am glad, though, that this money's going to be used for a Conan 2 or a Dune Survival, because happy days. If it's going back into the community and making more games that we love, then happy days. It's good times. And of course, you know, giving people their paychecks or whatever that make the nice things for us. I'm okay with that. Have they stopped the duping yet? I haven't seen anything about that in the patch notes. I might need to reread that though, because I think they got revised. Is there any questions in chat I might be able to answer? Fire away. The FOMO vibe is upsetting. I think they would probably make quite a lot of people happy if they remove the whole timer thing, or just rework how they do the shop a bit, because it's a bit, I don't know. It's marketing, but very shady marketing there. Like, even with Sea of Thieves, how they do it is they have, like, your main feature item will have a timer on it, and it'll be like, you can get this package for this time. But then everything else you can still go ahead and buy whenever you want and have whenever you want, and it's happy days. But yeah, they're taking some inspiration from other games. What questions do we have? If they include building pieces on the battle pass, I saw there was sprays, so it looks like you can spray decals on your building pieces in the battle pass. I saw armor in the battle pass on their preview. I wouldn't put it past them to put building pieces on the battle pass, honestly. I can't remember if I saw any bits or not. I know there was a nice sandstone set in the shop. That looked good. Did they say anything about Tests Live? Well, I thought they did say something about Tests Live. They were talking about it, but then they didn't really say any dates for it, so I assume that will be quite close to when we will get, you know, Q3, when the official update comes out. Usually test live, how it works is PC will get that test live stuff out so people can go ahead and test it for them if they want, or check out features and then just revise it a little further. They usually get that like a couple weeks before release, or even a month before release, depending on how it pans out, or if the general public find something more buggy. And the reason they do this is because you have way more people to test it if you're doing it on test live, so it does make sense. But it is unfortunate because, yeah, consoles will not get test live. You will need PC for test live. Yeah. I'm hoping they will keep console updates together with PC. It does feel bad when you... I know it's quite dodgy with how console works and how they, you know, check over things. But I'm hoping they bring it out all together as one package. That would be lovely if that is a thing. Will Battle Pass work on private servers? Yes, it will. They have confirmed this. Still unsure about the single player aspect, about being able to spawn things in. That wasn't clarified as far as I remember. So yeah, it should work on all servers. Hopefully they have something in place there so people can't just cheese the hell out of it. Because that would be bum. Another thing I'm not happy with is the fact that they said some items might be single-use items. So per character instead of account-wise. Absolutely not. No. 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 Because of how Conan works in general, and the fact that even right now they're turning off transfers, people might have several characters, right? I know I do for a fact. Every time I do a season, I want a new playthrough. I want a new character. I want to wipe from zero. I want to play through the whole game again. The best part of the game for me is the start. Having a fresh new character and being able to play that over and over and over again is an absolute feature for me. I love that. So if they make some items I buy single use per character, for me, that's a load of poo. Because that means I'm going to have to buy absolutely butthole tons of that single use item, whatever it may be. I don't like the idea of that. I think Conan is not the game for that. It needs to stay account-wise, whatever it be. Because a lot of people do the same as me. I know a few people do like long-term, but they definitely need to just, you know, not the single-use, account-wise, and that will work out. I don't know what they would do single-use. That would make sense to me. The only thing I can think of is if they had like an XP booster or something per character, and then again, that doesn't really work in Conan. It's just a load of bum. It would not be a good idea, especially not on PvP. Let me see, is there any more comments? Could be like a name change or change gender. Could be, but right now in the game you can use the Orb of Nurgle to change quite a lot of things. And the fact that they're thinking of adding more character customization, if they do it MMO style, I don't think so. Like, again, I think that would be very bad for the players and then kind of take the whole argument away of having freedom of customization on your players. Like, even when they are just talking about body hair, like, and saying silly things like that. Yeah, beginning is absolutely lovely. Any more questions? I think they're talking about potions and stuff like that. They could do. But yeah, if they sell name changer plates, like you're saying on Holy Warrior, people could just go ahead and change their name all the time in PvP, and that could make it pretty gnarly. Depending on how they're going to do that, because of course that's not going to work very well in Conan because it's not MMO based like how MMO do their PvP. Well, it is massively multiplayer, but it wouldn't work like your typical MMO. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Where name changing makes sense as such, or it would at least need like a cooldown for PvP if they do use a name changer. It would need a cooldown. I am your lawyer towards funcom. I don't know about that. I don't think I'm qualified. All I can do is share my opinion and hope, and hope there's a listening ear out there. And then hope they listen to the community, which, again, they usually do, and I got to credit them for that. I think it's absolutely amazing that they're going to put their neck on the line right now on the forums, and even on their personal Twitter accounts. When I know for a fact there's going to be these ragey babies coming after them on Twitter and stuff, I think that it's going to be toxic to read that. But they're like, yeah, sure, I'll answer your questions. The bollocks on those people, man. Big balls. I think that's very cool. It's good that they're talking to the community. Love that. Any other questions? Do you know if they're going to add anything NPC-wise in the water or in the air? Well, with sorcery, you'll be able to fly around on your bats now. There was a bit of talk about boats, but I don't think they're going to add that in Conan 1 at the moment, as far as I understand from what they were saying. It would be cool to have more spells where you could fly on different things, though, like maybe you could fly on a Jill or something. That would be pretty cool, if it fits into the lore. Can 2 people in a clan make loads of stuff for the clan? I would assume so, because you can do that right now with the normal DLC. You can do that. Like, for me, if I go into a clan with somebody and they don't have Jewel of the West stuff, I can make them those building pieces and they can place them and have a lovely Jewel of the West base. I don't know if they're going to restrict that in the future, but you should be able to do that and put on the armor and have a fun day. I am very curious, though, about the how they're changing the statistics on armor and weapons, because apparently they're, gutting that, and it will work very differently. I am extremely interested in seeing how that works. I think that actually really needed doing as well, because a lot of weapons in the game and armors you never use because they're, like, useless. They don't have, like, the right stats on them, you don't use them, and there's a lot of scrap in there that you don't need. So I'll be very interested to see how they've reworked that. If the stats are a little bit better now, that could be very interesting stuff. Yeah, the Thrall Nerf, it does sound like a massive stone in the works, but generally I think if you're going to be able to use weapons and your attributes in general with how the Thrall Nerf is done with vit and damage, I'm assuming how they've worked it is, your stats are going to buff the Thralls again. So as their base values might be absolutely smoked into the ground, you will be able to up that by the sounds of it and make life better. And it might become an even more interesting system that way. So I do think that's a positive. As much as it sounds like, no, my precious Beastmaster Timos is going to be nerfed. It could be a potential for getting some new thralls and having a way more interesting system. So I like that. That's very good. Love it. You're going to be able to add an extra throw for following. Is this true? Oh, thrall. They said something about having 4 undead following you. I assume that's going to work a lot how Iwa necromancy works, where you can summon, undead or thralls you found around, find around the map for a cost. Probably won't work exactly like that system, but it does sound like you'll be able to spawn in these undead beefcakes to your will, and they'll be able to help you out, and that's how it's going to work. I did see in the attributes as well that it allows a +1 on your followers, so I'm wondering if that is in general with thralls, or if it only counts for undead. I'm definitely going to have a bigger look into that myself for now. So people could sell the Battle Pass building pieces for real cash if that happens. Potentially. Especially if they don't crack on it. But I suppose that would be no different than people reselling DLC keys how they are right now. And then again, if someone could just make this stuff for free for you, there might not really be any money in it anyway, just to resell it. There could be, if you're on a pay-to-win server, but then I would say just don't join that one. Because they're jerks. You don't understand how the third perk in survival will work, or even temperature. Yeah, I'm not sure about the temperature, where that's going to go now. I assume that would be in one of those perks at least, there's got to be something about temperature that puts it up again. Because you still do need temperature help. Or maybe they're adding items to help with temperature. Or maybe they can rework the food. In previous streams, they have said about reworking food items. So maybe we could have that in the future. I don't know. Or maybe an attribute will help a lot more now with your temperatures. But it's different. Or it's just a passive thing, or you actually need a perk for it. Any other questions? Yeah, the undead will deteriorate over time. So it's just like, boom. It's kind of just like having a temporary minion for the time being. Which it actually is, it does work well, it's a good system. I've had it before, it's quite nice on like just a whim to be able to spawn in some extra help. Or summon in some extra help. And then have those at your fingertips and then know that they're disposable. You could put them in a lot of situations which could be really great. Like if you were going against Warmaker and you need some extra minions for him to bash, perhaps you could spawn some. Any news about dungeon changes? They didn't say anything about dungeon changes. There might be some extra nitty-gritty patch notes about dungeons or changes there. But I gotta, again, read that all through. They released some more patch notes today, so I will definitely be having a read of that later. That is for sure. Yep, with those new portals, essentially you'll be able to put your own obelisks down and power your own obelisks. So that absolutely sorts the problem of teleporting around Sipta. Works out very good. What else do we have? Bummed about the perk that allows you to harvest twice as fast. They could still have one in there. They could still have one. As they've been, you know, put together, maybe it's a corrupted perk or something now. Or maybe it's in a different tree. Did they talk about Thrall rebalancing? So many Thralls are never sought because of Timos and Delicia. Timos is getting an absolute fat nerf. Thralls in general, fat nerf. What did they say? It was like minus 50% damage, and then they're cutting the health a lot to make the player the star of the show. But then again, like I was saying this a minute ago, I'll reiterate it. You can buff Thralls now with your character, so it's more in conjunction together, so it actually will work a lot better instead of just having this massive beef machine following you. Anyways, I think that's kind of the bulk of the important stuff I wanted to get out of the way, and I thought I would republish this. So if you're interested on the end tiddly bit of the stream, then you could go watch this and don't have to surf through 2 hours of it. So anyway, those are my thoughts and feelings, and I was discussing this with chat and asking questions. If you'd like to watch the full thing, it is up there on the tube. You can watch it anytime. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about the stream if you watched it, your thoughts and feelings about patch 3.0. What would you keep? What would you change if you could change anything? I'd be very interested to know your thoughts and feelings on it. But anyway, thank you for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!